Alright, so next we'll talk about the vision system in our human beings, and we will provide you with a brief introduction about this part, and it can provide you with some basic biological background knowledge about visions in our human beings. So we know almost all the creatures on this planet, on the Earth, we have some system responsible for vision, for censoring the nearby environment, right? So the vision system is very powerful, also works very well for human beings. The vision system is a very natural system for human beings as well as all the other creatures on this planet. Even though for some of the other creatures, they don't have the vision system, they can sense the environment via some other system instead. So we have a very powerful vision system inherited from our ancestors. And our vision system has also been evolving over time. And our brain is initialized to recognize objects and items at our birth. And if your family has some new babies, I'd like to recommend you can try to play with them. You can see that how the babies, their brains are initialized. You find that the babies, they can hear some voice and they will have different personality, and they can also see the items nearby, and they will do some reaction according to the items they see. So, for the babies at their birth, their brains are initialized. They will inherit some knowledge from our ancestors, via the initialization, right? So you can do some natural responding as well as activities, based on what is the and based on the information they get. So this part is very interesting, how to interpret the initialization of the brain and how to borrow these ideas to help us to build some neural nets which can be initialized in a very similar manner, which will be a very interesting question. And also our brain can perceive the items in the 3D space effectively because we have two eyes, and for our human beings, our brain is capable to handle the 3D space very well. It seems that vision is a very natural, also very simple system for us, for the human beings. However, is it true for the computers as well? Not the case, right? So before we talk about the computer vision, let's take a look at how the human being, our biological vision system works. On the right hand side, we show you with a picture of the human brains with a vision system. So for our human beings, we have two eyes. These eyes can perceive the light from outside or from nearby environment. And the light will go into the eyeball, and they will have one reflection, on the retina inside the eyeball, right? And behind the retina, we will have some neurons. These neurons will be very sensitive to the light. In other words, they will be activated by the light we have on the retina. And these activated neurons will pass the signals into our brain via these optical nerves. So we have two eyeballs, and also via the nerves, these optical nerves, we can send in the signals receiving from retina to our brain, right? Because we have two eyes, so you can see for the left eye, we will have the nerves which will be grouped into two parts, right? We have two groups of nerves. One group will be sending one part of a signal to one region of our brain. So now we have two groups of nerves. One is in the red corner, one is in the blue corner. So for the red nerves, it will be passing information to the left-hand side of the brain, and for the blue nerves, it will be passing information to the right-hand side instead. So you can see in our brain, we will have two regions of the areas inside the brain which can handle the vision signals input. You can see our eyes in the front side. However, the areas which is responsible for handling the vision signal or vision information lies at the very end of our brain, not at the back side instead. So if a person who has the back side of the brain which is damaged, then the vision system of the person probably will not work well anymore. So the signals will be passing by the nerves, which consist of multiple neurons, and to pass the signals to the back side of the brain. So each side of the region inside the brain, they will receive the signal of the input from both eyes, right? Because we have the red corner nerves passing the information from both left and right hand side eyes into this region. Similar for this region, they will also receive information from both eyes, actually. So, by the neurons at the back side of our brain, we will be able to process the input from our eyes, and we can perceive the objects as well as do some more advanced functions of the brain. So this is our vision system, how it works, right? Of course, I can only provide with a very brief introduction. And if you are interested in the biological vision system, you can refer to and we have one tutorial article about brains, right? We have tutorial 1 and tutorial 2 provided in a schedule spreadsheet. And you may refer to this tutorial articles for more information about the vision system and with how our brain handle this kind of vision information. Okay, so the vision seems to be very simple and very easy for our brain. However, when it comes to computer vision, is the vision that hard for computers. So the reality is that the vision is very hard for our current computers. The main reason is because we need to make the computer vision system from scratch for the computers. For our human beings, we have some inherited initialization of our brain to do the vision in a natural way. However, our brain is initialized according to the evolution from our ancestors. For computers, we have for computers we have no other source to build this vision system. We have to build them from scratch. So we need to handle many of the problems, like how to see, right? For computers, we need to have some device or equipment to handle how to see this problem, right? We can have either cameras or lidar, right, to receive the information from the nearby, and also how to differentiate the objects in the images, right? Now, given the image like this, we need to differentiate the human beings from the cars, from the buildings, from the traffic lights, and etc. Right? Then we need to tear the computers to differentiate them and how to differentiate them. Also, we need to handle the how to learn, right? We need to build different models to tear the computers about how to learn, right? To differentiate different objects with either deep learning model with some other models instead. So the computer vision is very hard. The main reason is because we have to build them from scratch, right? Also, it seems our vision system for human beings is very powerful. The reality is that our human vision system also has some weakness. So at this page, we show you with a very toy example, right? It's just for fun, and it is not correlated with this course at all. Normally, our human being, for our eyes, they are more sensitive to the color changes or color gradient, as shown in this page, than the absolute color. In this page, we show you with the example with one image, and inside this is more like a chessboard, right? And we have two regions, A and B. And we have one question for you. Which region between A and B has a darker color, A or B? According to our vision system, our brain will tell us probably this A will have a darker color, right? However, if you do a comparison between the absolute color for these two regions, we find that they have the same colors in terms of gray scale, right? And we can provide with more information, like we can draw one bar connecting this A and B, and we can adjust their colors, right? So in this way, we can adjust the colors, into black and white, and then we change the color into black and white. Then we can change its gray scale. Let me do some changes. And we can change this gray scale, right? And as we adjust in the gray scale to make it more similar to A and B, we find that it's A, B, they have the same gray scale, right? You can see this, right? So by bridging them together with all the corner blocks, right, we can find that this A, B has the same gray scales. They have the same color. However, if we remove this kind of bridging block, we find that this A probably have a darker color than B. The main reason is because our eyes are more sensitive to the color changes, right, than the absolute colors. This is just for fun, and it is not correlated with this course at all. And we just want to show you, our vision system also have some weakness as well.